Okay, so now we are going to see these template queries, that is view child, view children, content child, and content children. So an Angular application is composed of a number of components nested together. So these components can be nested in two ways. One is as a view children in the template of their component, or as a content children via content projection from a host component. And as a developers, we can get access to these child components via a view child and content child, or view children and content children decorators. This is also called template querying mechanism in Angular. Okay, so view child and the view children. So the view child or view children of a component are the components and elements in this component's view. Here, if you can see, we are storing the references to the child joke component in a property called joke view child. And here we use the view children decorator, which matches all the task components and stores them in a query list called task view children. Also, we can store the references to any element using a view child. As we see here, we have stored header element reference in a header element property. So the view children gets initialized by the time ng after view init lifecycle method executes, and we can access a view children in ng after view init method. Like this, we have access these view child, view children, and this view child element in this ng after view init method. Okay, so as we see here, we have rendered one joke component in our HTML, then two task components and one h4 element, and then in a ts part we are accessing these four elements using the view child and the view children. So if we have multiple elements or multiple components of same type, we can access it using the query list of that type of component or the element, as we see here. Okay, so the next is content child and the content children. So the content child or a content children of component are the components and elements that are projected into this component's view by host component. As we see here, this is hosted in our app demo component by this host component. Okay, so as we see here, we have one demo component uh, which is projecting the elements and components from the host component, as we see here. And in a ts part of this demo component, we are accessing the content children or a content child using this content child decorator as well as this content children decorator, as we see here. And this is uh, these content children will be available uh, in ng after content init lifecycle method of a component. As we see here, we have logged this joke content child, and then the task content children, and one header element, as we see here.